But I want you to know something. The bigger your dream, the harder the grind. You say you want the life, the cars, the success, but are you ready to bleed for it? Because here's the truth. It's not them that's holding you back. It's not the haters. It's not the system. It's you. You are your own obstacle. You gotta get to a place where you become comfortable being uncomfortable. You've been running from the pain, but that pain, that's the price of greatness. Listen to me. Some of what you want, the next level version of you, it's not inside the comfort zone. And if what you want doesn't live in comfort, you better learn how to walk through discomfort like it's your new home. So do me a favor. Let it destroy you. Let the dream break you down. Let it tear you apart. Because it will rebuild you stronger. You have to feel it, even when it's not in your hands. You have to believe it, even when the world tells you it's impossible. You've got to be possessed by the dream. It's got to run through your veins like fire. Because some mornings you won't feel like moving. Some days the motivation won't show up. But the dream will pull you out of bed. The dream will keep you grinding when you're tired. The dream will carry you when strength is gone. Every single morning, you get up and you go after it. Why? Because you were built for this. Let me tell you something. Your mindset, your inner dialogue, that's the reason you're not where you want to be. It's not the outside world. It's the inner world. You need to confront you. Stand in front of the mirror and say, you're not holding me back anymore. No more self-sabotage, no more procrastination, no more excuses. It's time to rise. Ask yourself right now, what's your why? What's driving you? What's pushing you when no one's watching? Because if that fuel is internal, if you don't need anyone to push you, if you don't need a reward, a pat on the back, or a round of applause, if you are self-motivated and self-disciplined, then listen to me carefully. You can have it. You can be it. You can do it. You were born to win. What motivates you? What keeps you locked in when the pain hits? If you're being real with yourself, most of you ain't losing because you're not talented. You're losing because you're distracted. You're letting little things, petty people, and your own emotions pull you off your path. And if you could just stop letting every little thing push your buttons, if you could just stay focused long enough, you would rise to a level you've never touched before. It ain't talent, it ain't luck, it's self-discipline. You're not serious about you, and until you are, you're going to keep falling short. You owe you, nobody else. Not your mama, not your friends, not your boss. You owe you. You owe it to yourself to bring excellence every single day. You owe it to yourself to wake up with purpose, to show up like you're the one. Because guess what? You are. No more punishment, no more blaming life. You need to tell you, no more TV, no more snacks, no more alcohol, no more scrolling for hours, no more wasting time. Now we train, now we grind, now we sacrifice, because we know what we're building. You owe you everything, and there's absolutely nothing in this life you can't have. But hear me loud and clear. You will not have it without sweat, blood, and tears. You can't cheat the grind. There's no shortcut to greatness. If you're not willing to get up earlier than everybody else, if you're not willing to outwork the room, if you're not willing to suffer for the dream, then don't expect to touch the results. I live on my terms. I don't owe anybody, but I owe me. I owe it to myself to become the person I was born to be. So the next time life punches you in the face, don't fold, don't cry, don't complain. Ask yourself one question. What have I not done yet? Because the truth is, the dream is waiting, but it's waiting on you. I'm telling you to dream your dream because I want you to feel it. I want you to taste it. I want you to breathe it like oxygen. Because if the dream doesn't consume you, you'll never put in what it demands. What separates the average from the great? One word, focus. The average mind wanders. The great mind locks in. If you want to shift your life, your focus must shift first. What you're watching, what you're reading, what you're thinking, it all has to align with your purpose. You must become obsessed with your why, obsessed with your vision, obsessed with the grind that gets you there. Because when you're truly locked in on your mission, you don't waste time, you don't play around, you don't scroll for 3 hours and call it a break. When you're great, you don't focus on the week. You don't wait on January 1st. You don't wait for motivation. You don't focus on a year. You focus on the 24 hours in front of you. You wake up and say, this is my day and I'm gonna dominate it. Forget tomorrow, forget next month. Nail the moment that's in front of you. Put your full heart, your full soul, and your full energy into the opportunity right in front of your face. Because if you just believe that all your sacrifices, all your discipline, all your pain is building towards something, then one day it's going to pay off. But if you don't believe, if you don't move like it's real, then it's never going to happen. You said, this is what I want. This is the life I'm chasing. Cool, but you're not the only one. There's 1,000 people who want the same thing. So I'll ask you one question. What will you do when 1,000 people want what you want? Are you still going to sleep in, still going to waste your energy, still going to talk more than you act? Because when they grind harder than you, when they study longer than you, when they sacrifice more than you, guess what? They get it, not you. So no, you can't play like you used to. You can't hang out like you used to. You can't take weekends off like you used to. This is different now. This is legacy mode. This is championship DNA. And only those who are willing to give up average will ever step into greatness. You can't do what you used to do. You can't grind the same way you did last year and expect next level results this year. You've got to elevate. You've got to push your grind up to match your dream. Your dream is solid. There's nothing wrong with what you want. You want greatness. You want success. You want legacy. Cool. But your work ethic doesn't match your dream. Your energy doesn't match your goals. Your focus doesn't match your mission. So I need you to pick your grind up. Wake up every single day like your future depends on it, because it does. You've got 24 hours like the rest of us. But the difference between legends and leftovers is how they use those hours. Find a routine and stick with it. When you find something that works, stay with it. Consistency isn't sexy, but it builds empires. Everybody wants to be number one. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to succeed. But wanting it ain't enough. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to be committed. You've got to be willing to make sacrifices. Not once, but every single day. No more excuses. No more blaming trials. No more blaming life. It's not about what happens to you. It's about what you do about it. Get up early. Grind harder. Push further. Your hustle has to be louder than your dreams. The truth, you are where you are because of your feelings, not your principles. You wake up tired, you go back to bed, you get a little resistance, you quit, you get distracted, and there goes your day. And I'm telling you, that's why you're not there yet. You got the books, you got the coach, you got the mentors. So what? That's not the problem. You're the variable. You're the one who has to move. You're the one who has to rise. You keep saying you want it, but you give 50%. And you think the dream is supposed to show up with a discount? Nah, life charges full price. So look in the mirror and stop pointing fingers. You owe you an explanation. Ask yourself, why am I only giving 50%? Why am I still sleeping in? Why am I still making excuses? There's nothing wrong with the dream. The problem is how much you're giving to it. You owe you more. You owe you everything. You said you wanted it. You said you were all in. Well, now it's time to prove it. Every single day, if you do what you said you were going to do, you will get what you dreamed of. But here's the thing, rich people don't waste time. Successful people don't kill hours. They don't binge Netflix. They don't sit around waiting for motivation. They grind. They study. They get better at their craft every day, even when no one is watching. You want to go to the next level? Ask yourself, when the lights go out, who am I? What drives you when there's no crowd? What's your North Star? What makes you come alive? What pulls you forward when the pain is pulling you back? There is no excuse for not living up to your fullest potential. None. Stop saying, I'm not ready. Stop saying, I'm waiting for the right time. The right time is right now. Walk into it. Own your greatness. Own your purpose. Own your calling. Leave your mark. That skill you got, that talent you've been sitting on, it can take you and your family to a place you've never imagined. But not if you keep focusing on what's not happening. Change your focus and you change your life. Focus on what can happen, because what you focus on, you fuel, and what you fuel, you manifest. Most people, they were right there. One step away, one more rep, one more email, one more early morning, and they gave up. Why? Because they didn't feel like finishing, because the pain was too loud. But hear me, pain is just weakness leaving the body. Pain is progress in disguise. So don't you quit when it gets hard. That's when it matters most. Do what you say you're going to do. Make no excuses. Let nothing get in your way. Ask yourself, what don't you have right now that's stopping you? What's missing from your toolbox? What skill, habit, or knowledge are you avoiding? Whatever it is, go get it. Do your homework, put in the reps, study the game. Get what you need so you can become who you were born to be. This is your life. I didn't get here by making excuses, and neither will you. I would love to tell you success is smooth, but I'd be lying. It's a dogfight out here. You love what it looks like, but do you love what it feels like? That's the real question. So I need you to look in the mirror and ask yourself, do you want it or not? Because until the answer is yes, until you find something within that burns hotter than your excuses, you'll never see what's possible. But the day you stop waiting, the day you stop blaming, the day you decide to rise, that's the day your life begins to change forever. I need something from you, not from your spouse, not from your kids, not from your boss, from you. I need you for the next 30 days to give you everything you got, every breath, every ounce, every second. You've been giving leftovers to your dreams. You've been giving crumbs to your calling. Now it's time to give it your everything. So what are we doing? We gonna complain or we gonna work? Because let me tell you something, you have the power to shape your destiny. That's the dream, not the car, not the mansion. The real dream is being in control of your future, but that doesn't happen if you keep blaming. No more. My teacher failed me. My mentor gave up on me. My parents didn't raise me right. No, this is your life, and you must take complete ownership of it. You broke? That's on you. You stuck? That's on you. Because it's easier to say, they did it to me, than to look in the mirror and say, I let me down. Champions don't complain, winners don't whine, they work, they get up early, they grind late, they don't talk it, they walk it. Your problem isn't that you're not talented, it's that you're not intentional. You're showing up on Monday fired up, but by Wednesday, you're drained. By Friday, you're empty. Why? Because you're hoping it works out. Stop hoping, start deciding, start planning. Start executing. Have you ever looked yourself in the eye and said, I'm not getting up on time. I'm not giving 120%. I let me down. Not my job, not my circumstances. Me. You are a champion. Start thinking like one. You owe yourself everything. And here's the truth. The dream was given to you, even if you're not worthy. You may not be smart enough. You may not feel ready, but none of that matters because the dream is yours anyway. So what are you going to do with it? You've been gifted something powerful, but you never unwrapped it. You never tapped into it. You just sat it on the shelf. Now it's time to open it. It's time to set a standard. I wasn't the smartest. I got my GED, then my 4-year degree, then my master's, then my PhD. Not because I was brilliant, but because I set a standard. Now my kids are born into a new reality. They have to finish high school. They're expected to win. Why? Because I broke the cycle from the bottom to multi-millionaire. From dropout to PhD, from invisible to unforgettable. And I did it not because I was chosen, but because I chose to believe, to grind, to own it, set the standard. And when you find your why, when that why is bigger than you stop hitting snooze, you stop making excuses, you find a way to make it happen. People say they want change, but the truth is, they want change more than they want to change. You can't be a prisoner to your preferences. Just because something feels good doesn't mean it's helping you win. You've been worshiping comfort when you should be worshiping results. You gotta choose, winning or losing. Make that your God. If you're losing, change something. If you're stuck, shift something. Because if you don't, you stay where you are. You've got two versions of yourself, a winning you and a losing you, and both show up every single day. The question is, who do you allow to take over? You already know how to be critical. You already know how to spot flaws. Now take that same energy and turn it inward. Critique yourself, push yourself, grow yourself. Don't say you want a new life if you're not willing to get a new mindset, because nothing changes until you change. Bro, be brave enough to say, this isn't working. I've got to do it different. Because guess what? If you were already the person who could have it, you'd already have it. You don't, which means you must become something different to receive something different. Stop confusing commitment with conviction. See, you're committed until it gets uncomfortable, until it rains, until you feel tired. But people with conviction, they run even when it hurts. They grind even when no one's watching. They lift when nobody claps. Michael Jordan had conviction. Kobe Bryant had conviction. And some of you just play when it's game time. But they were practicing at 3 a.m. when nobody cared. Conviction means you do it regardless of how you feel. You don't wait for motivation. You move because it's who you are. Be clear. What do you want? Be specific. And then be willing to go through anything to get it. Clarity creates power. You say you're not talented enough. You're not gifted enough. That's fine, because you can still be the most competitive, and competitive people dominate. I get up at 3 a.m. and dominate. Not because it's easy, but because most people are still asleep. You want to win? Then beat everybody to it. Practice harder, focus deeper, want it more. Don't just show up to own the space. Whatever your arena is, business, sports, content, life, dominate it. Discipline is when you do it, even when you don't feel like it. When you're tired, when you're sore, when no one's cheering, you still perform at the highest level. Because you're not chasing the feeling, you're chasing the legacy.